Alright. G'day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another legendary NRL live stream reaction, another preseason live stream reaction. Coming back from uni, ready for a big day of free whole streams, legends. That's 2 hours per piece. Gonna be incredible. If you enjoy, make sure you smash that like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new to keep up with all the awesome content coming out here. Today, we have the Charity Shield. The Dragons versus the South Sydney Rabbitohs. One of the most iconic games, if not the most iconic when it comes to preseason, at least, games, legends. Also, a lot of former players who have been on both sides of this one coming out here, more than you've seen in the past. Definitely a unique amount of compared to what we're used to. About 5 minutes till we kick off here between these two sides, legends. The apologies, by the way, for the short notice on the whether this stream was happening. Couldn't really set up the streams, was at uni, but we're here now getting ready for it. Because the game kicks off so soon, I'm actually going to get on with the lineups now. Feel free to say what you want in the chat. For the St. George Illawarra Dragons, we have Clint Gutherson as the captain at fullback, with Sione for now and Matthew Fiagi on the wing. Still feels so weird saying Guffo for Dargans, legends. In the centres, we have Valentine Holmes and Moses Sully. Halves are Kyle Flanagan and Lachlan Ilias. Toby Couchman and Emre Gula are in the props. Emre, I forgot that he signed for the Dargans, gone from Raiders recently, right? And at 9, Damien Cook playing against Bunnies. Funny to see. Luciano Leilua and Jaden Sewer in the second row. And at lock is Jack DeBellin. The interchange is Connor Moselheim, Raymond Faitala Mariner, Ryan Couchman, and Hamish Stewart. 18th man is Tyrell Sloan. As for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, we have Jai Gray at fullback there, with Tyrone Monroe and Fletcher Myers on the wings. Jack Whiten and Isaiah Tass are our centres. Tass actually the captain. I did not know that. And Jaden Sullivan and Lewis Dodd in our halves. The props, Sean Kepi and Debbie Moale will protect Peter Mamazuli, or as we call him, Mama Spaghetti on the channel. Second row is Keon Kolamatangi and Thomas Fletcher, with the lock being Tallis Duncan. The interchange is Lachlan Hubner, Jamie Humphreys, Liam LeBlanc, and Celeste Atata. 18th man, Ashton Ward. Got through it finally, the lineups, legends. Looking at the two sides, honestly, when it comes to how trials and preseason kind of games tend to go, I know this one's probably the first one where they'll actually see the two teams try, but I think that you could expect anything from this game. I personally have a strange feeling that the Dragons are probably going to get over the line here, but that doesn't mean that that's what I'd prefer. I wouldn't mind seeing the South Sydney Rabbitohs get it. In fact, if we're talking about former players, legends, from between Bunnies and the Dargans here, you've got Lachlan Ilias, South to Dargans, Damien Cook, South to Dargans, Jaden Sullivan, Dargans to Souths. You know, a bit of back and forth. Jaden Sewer, South to Dargans. And it seems like the number will just get big, eh? Clint Gutherson clapping, laughing, bringing out his side. Can the St. George Illawarra Dragons improve on last year's form and maybe find themselves as a dark horse in this year's 2025 competition? This is personally, for me, the first time I'm actually watching them in the preseason. So keen to see what they can show me. Liam Pritchard says Dragons by 4, first try scorer Clint Gutherson. You want Guffo to go over Liam? Hey, mate, long live the king, eh? Hey, how's it going, legend? I'm going all right. You yourself, mate? Lucky I know that guy. SS Storm fan says third. Congratulations on being third, legend. Can't wait for round 1 next week. I cannot wait for round 1 either, legend. It is going to be incredible. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be special. It's going to be simply the best. Better than all the rest. Obviously, legends, keep in mind also, this is free streams. Not just one, free streams, legends. We have this one followed by the Broncos and the Bulldogs. And then after the Broncos and the Bulldogs, we will have the Dolphins and the Titans, legends. All decent games. I'm really looking forward to them. I actually think that middle one, Broncos and Bulldogs, could be proved to be all right in between. But Dolphins, Titans, and Dragons, Rabbitohs are really the ones that I look at today and I go, they're special because, well, yes, you know, you could get an entertaining fixture with the lineups named for Bulldogs and Broncos. The Charity Shield is just so iconic. And Dolphins, Titans, every time I watch it, there seems to be something new to enjoy about it. There's always this fierceness with them, no matter how they play, legends. I feel like we're in for a real fight there, even if it is just preseason. I feel like that's going to be something. It's going to be special. Tellers Duncan, 2 tries, 20 games in his NRL career. Can he add a try here, legends? What do you think? Myself personally, we'll see. I'm not going to say anything too confidently. Hi, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you, Yusuf, mate. I'm actually pretty good, man. I'm keen for this. Apologies if I seem a little bit tired. I did just get back from uni, so have had a bit of a day already, legends. Plus track work right now. Had to catch 2 buses to get home. Not exactly fun. And then 2 buses also to get to uni. And then, you know, got to go to uni for the few hours. So it was a bit of a hectic time, but it's good to be back, mate. I hope you're doing all right as well, Yusuf. Anyways, let's change this. It ain't pre-game anymore, folks. It ain't pre-game anymore. We're getting ready for the big first half. I've actually never streamed a Charity Shield game, I don't think, legends. I think I've missed this the last couple of years. So, finally, I can put that off my checklist, right, legends, of streams that I need to get to in the end. First half underway. South Sydney Rabbitohs versus St. George Illawarra Dragons. Into the line, Emery Gula will take the first tackle here, legends. They go over to the left then, and it's a pass from Kyle Flanagan. Flano, Daddy's boy. We love good old Daddy's boy there. Daddy's boy flopping over there. We go to the left. Round and round they go. Don't forget to smash that like button, legends. Together, Lewis Dodd, the Englishman, holds him down with help from his prop. They go over to the right. Damien Cook. Mate, Damien Cook being tackled by South looks like it should be a crime against nature, legends. What team are you going for? I've seen that comment. What team are you going for, says Yusuf Abed. Mate, I ain't going for any team in particular. If there was a team that I'd prefer, it'd be Souths to win, but ultimately, I'm very much more of a middle figure here, legend. I'm happy whoever wins this one. I just want an entertaining game of rugby league in such an iconic fixture. Tyrone Monroe ends up with the ball after a kick from the Dragons, legends, about 15 metres out from their own side. Jack Wyden will collect the ball for the first time here and tackled by the fullback there. We go over to the left now. It's a pass from Mr. Helmet Boy over there to the ground. Up the Dragon says Aguero, which makes me want to feel sick as a United fan. But iconic moments in Premier League, eh, mate? Because he's a Dragons fan. Best of luck to your Dragons today, mate. Couple minutes in so far, still 0-0. Obviously, only just began, guys. Come on, you can't expect to try that quick, can you? South cleared in the air. Over to the left, and it will not bounce at all. It'll go out of play completely. Good job, South Sydney. The Dragons starting it off well. Bud Sullivan, it seems like, with the mistake. Bud Sullivan, what on earth was that? Come on, Bud. You got to do better than that, man. That was ridiculous. I'm sad that your team... I'm sad that your team lose Eels. Good luck next to my friend. All good, man. All good, man. It doesn't matter, bro. At the end of the day, they're just trials. Was it something where I'm happy? No, of course not. There's definitely elements we need to improve on if we want to get to where we want to be in the upcoming season. But ultimately, you're not going to let a trial match loss impact how you feel about yourself heading into the next year. Lachlan Elias over to Jack DeBellin, unless, you know, both teams are full strength, but even then, still. Lewis Dodd ends up with the ball, actually. Dragons, what have you done? What have you done, boys? What have you done, Bud? Over to the right here. On ya, Bud, says Quero. Okay, mate. Okay, we won't talk about City. We won't talk about City today. Not today. Looking forward to the next game between Dogs and my Broncos. Yes, I'm looking forward to that one too, King Julian. That'll be a great stream. South Sydney pushing hard through the line. Bud Sullivan passes backwards over to Kolomatangi here. Kolomatangi looks to spin around, tug at the shirt. On the ground he goes. Looks like that hurt. To the right now. South Sydney. And, that was a fierce tackle there from Damien Cook. 43 metres gain now. And they're going to make them take the play again. God damn it. All right. 5th tackle. Kicks it in the air. Chasers are there. They're chasers. Guppo knocks it on. Guppo knocks it on off of the pressure of South Sydney. And the Bunnies should get a set here. If you really think, mate, that losing to the Tigers when we didn't play our full strength team and they played a better team for longer is something where we need to panic and say that there's something wrong with us losing to the Tigers, you're crazy and don't know, man. Crazy. I wish your team wins the finals this year. Thank you very much, Yusuf. Appreciate it, bud. Appreciate it very, very much so. South Sydney hold the Dragons down on the ground, legends. Here we go. Jaden Sewer there on the 30. And it's a penalty for St. George that Damien Cook taps and goes, legends. Damien Cook caught by the legs there, and the referee's actually going to blow them back. Come on, so that was exciting. I was keen to see what we would make of it. Damien Cook made to come back here, legends. It was a penalty for holding down now, and the St. George Illawarra Dragons on the 30 here. You played the flog Lomax. Yeah, not very popular, is he, Mr. Lomax, with other opposition fans, especially Dragons fans. Of course, you're not going to be a fan of Lomax. He's just going where what's best for his career. Wish Eels win the finals this year. Yep. Afternoon, legends. Afternoon, Jason Reader. Welcome to the stream, bro. Forceful push there. Down on the ground goes Toby Couchman. Then Ilias over to Flanagan to Guppo. And Guppo with a very poor pass here. And it's collected. Running down the line. Fend them off. Can he do it? Can he go? All the way. Run and caught, legends. Terrific effort, though, from the number 20 legends for the South Sydney Rabbitohs there. Who was that, the number 20? Can't see him on the board, on the app. They don't seem to want to tell me who number 20 is for the Bunnies. Oh, well. Is what it is, legends. Feet in the scrum now for the Dragons. But Dragons going through the middle here now. South Sydney having to defend a full set, legends, from right in front pretty much. Not going to be easy for him. To Bellham, to Flanagan, to Guppo, all the way to the left and running through onto the ground. Sianu Finel. There you go. South Sydney concede. The St. George Illawarra Dragons will lead in the first try of this game, 4-0. The Dragons on top. The D of the Bunny, unfortunately not enough to withstand the force of the Dragons' attack. And the 2 will make it 4. With a kick to come now. South Sydney Rabbitohs having to crawl back now. Go the Dragons, says Liam. Yes, mate. Yes, mate. Go, bruh. I think the Bunnies will struggle at the start of the year. Probably with the injuries they have, they will, mate. Probably. Lockie's NRL says the dog. Lockie, mate. Shout out to you, bro. I hope you're doing all right, mate. Not everyone would know that Lockie's Rugby League is an Eel supporter. This game probably means the most out of all preseason games. True that, legend. I mean, ultimately, what do preseason games mean except this one? Like, really, in the reality of things. How many teams have won the preseason and gone on to win the whole thing in the last 5 years? Because it would be more that haven't than ones that have, legend. Ultimately, this is the only one where I think that I will at all long-term remember who won. Probably won't remember any of the others. What a catch. What a catch, baby. Are you going live for the Broncos and the Bulldogs game? Yes, I am, Yusuf. That is the next stream after this one. And it'll be on its way, mate. Don't you worry. Valentine Holmes from the sideline. Thunders it. And oh my goodness me. It was a nail biter, but it manages to go in. Valentine Holmes absolutely crushing the hearts of the Bunny support and filling the hearts with love of all of the Dargan support legends. This game, both teams will play full team the whole game. Exactly, Aguero. I still think they wouldn't treat it how they would a game to get into finals, but I do agree they'll definitely go full on here. Tyler Powell says, go the Rabbitohs. That's the spirit, Tyler. Love the name, by the way. Liam Pritchard says, Tyler Dragons will make the top 8 this year. I mean, they've definitely got a team where if they can stay fit, it's possible, Legend. Definitely. Definitely a chance, bro. All right, Dragons here. Almost held on the 40 now. Damien Cook looking for the offload. Gets to Clint Gufferson. Clint Gufferson pushing forward to the halfway now. And on the halfway, he lands Legends. Clint Gufferson on the ground. We then have Luciano Leilua slamming into the South Sydney defense. Tallis Duncan getting up after a tackle on him. Now, South Sydney getting the ball back. 47 metres gained by the Dargans there. In the air, Munro! Did he knock that on? Is that the Dargans ball now, Legends? The referee actually blows his whistle. No. Yes, it'll be Dargans ball, but not just that. It'll be a penalty for them. The South Sydney Rabbitohs are failing to play at their best the first 10 so far, Legends. The St. George Illawarra Dragons on top of everything right now. Winning the preseason challenge and getting 100k prize is a bit of a curse because I don't know if you noticed, the teams that win the preseason challenge the last 2 seasons have went on to have bad seasons. Exactly, King Julian. I would rather not have a great preseason and do better in the actual season, man. Okay, I don't want that curse. I don't want that curse, man. Okay, of winning it and not doing well. Oh, down the left again. Could Fidel get a double? Could he get a double? Not quite. He spun. He spun the bun. Almost 10 minutes in, 50% of the way through the set. They're on the 10 again, Legends. It's a kick low by Ilias. South Sydney are all over the place trying to collect that one, and I think Bud may have knocked that on at some point. The Dragons, with relentless attack right now, are refusing to give South Sydney any opportunity to try and crawl back in the first 10. Watching that again, Ilias. It was Lachlan Ilias with a beautiful effort there in the kick on your Bud. You just got to cheer at Bud Sullivan every time he does something, Legend. Tyler Powell says, Broncos next game. Yes, they are versus the Bulldogs, brah. Happened to Manly in 2023 and then preseason challenge winner happened to us last year. Exactly, King Julian. Exactly right. And the gap opened up beautifully there, but the Tigers just couldn't quite take advantage. Damien Cook caught quickly there, and he was read like a book there by Peter Mamu Spaghetti. Jack DeBella now was rumored to join South Sydney at one point when his contract was up in the air. Didn't end up happening, sticking around with the Dargans. Over to the left, short pass to Luciano Leilua, who will try to use his big body there to squish on through and score, but he just can't quite do it, Legends. Fourth tackle. Luciano, a bit of a journeyman, that player, actually. Short around here and lost ball there. Looks like Emre Gul has made a mistake. And no, the ref is going to say penalty because it would have been 6 again. They were inside the 10 meters. Really? Okay then, sir. Okay, if that's how we're going to do it, that's going to do it. Don't forget, Legends, to smash that like if you haven't yet. Cook to Gula. Runs through there, and Anya is held. Damien Cook then. Don't let him cook. To the left to Ilias. 2 former South Sydney players. Get it to Couchman, and Couchman couldn't quite put it. Cook to Flanagan. To Ilias. To Guffo. And then with an offload. Not for now this time. It'll be Matthew Fiangi going over now. TRY, we have another. It's 10-0 to the Dragons. The South Sydney Rabbitohs cannot defend right now. Absolutely ridiculous currently. The Dragons just absolutely smashing it every chance they get at the moment. Now with a kick to come, they have an opportunity to extend their lead to 12. Try confirmed. Kind of expected it. Honestly, beautiful, beautiful play there. The moment Guffo received it and call it para bias, I kind of knew they were going to go over, legends. Bud Sullivan doing his best to stop it, but unfortunately just not quite enough, is he? And the Dragons will keep on fighting at the top of it all. What do we make of the new signings so far, legends? I mean, not too bad at the moment from them. For me personally, the Dragons are really showing that they look like they might have actually be quite an improved team this year. I will in your stream tonight, Dolphins v Titans. Okay, mate. Okay. Told you Bennett wouldn't fix the Bunnies, and this is proof of it. I honestly don't think that one man is all it takes sometimes when a team's bad enough. You know, it's not always the coach's fault, just how the team is going. It can play a factor, but it's not always all the coach. I think Wayne Bennett's a great addition, but absolutely, he won't be he'll have bad games. I mean, every team has bad games, Legend. Definitely got to do better, doesn't he? Definitely got to do better, his team. I think that basing it off on just this game alone, though, how Bennett's going to do with the Bunnies is a little bit crazy. Liam Eve says, will you be at Eels and Dolphins this year? Yes, I will be, Legend, because that's at CommBank, and I go to every single CommBank game in the same seat. So, yep, I will be there cheering on my team, loud and proud, vlogging it. Won't be streaming it, vlogging. Most Para games actually won't be streamed this year. Most of them are going to be vlogged because I'll be traveling to them. Some probably, one or two because of uni will be streamed, but they'll be like few and far between. You'll barely notice that. And the Bunnies almost forced the error immediately. Elias gets really lucky there, and now Emre Gula runs into the line on the 10-meter, guys, as we start again here, Legend. Spinning around there, over to the right now, almost breaking through the line, the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Who's the big number 3? Because he's doing a terrific job. Moses Sully right now. He looks a bit different. Moses Sully then. And breakaway, Legends. Matthew Biangi and Clint Gupperson's running alone. Guppo offloads to Elias and against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Did he score? Did that ball touch the line at all? The referee says yes. Elias against his former side. Mayer just scored. Let's go. 16-0. This could get ugly fast if South Sydney don't find a way to recover real soon. South Sydney, what are you doing? There is no urgency in the defense. They're taking a piece out of Para's book. They think, mate. They're not thinking. And I honestly thought Guffo was going to go alone there, but in the end, it was probably worth his while going for the pass. Beautiful pass too. And on the ground. I mean, we're more likely to end the record than Broncos, King Julian, but yeah. Brilliant try there from Lachlan Ilias. And he really had to extend his arm to get that one. That was no easy feat. Looks weird seeing Guffo in Dargan's colours. Of course it looks weird seeing him in those colours, man, but not much you could do about it. That's how it goes. Rugby league's a business. Valentine Holmes with the kick to make it 18. 18-0 official, Legends. And Dragons fans will be loving this. South Sydney, unfortunately, just in the mud at the moment. Got to lift up, though. Pick yourselves together. 10 tries in 53 games for the South Sydney Rabbitohs between 21 and 24. The fact that in his first game against them he scored, kind of funny. Kind of funny. A bit poetic, legends. Can they hit 20? 20 in under 20 minutes would be mad. Are Bunnies even a team? Not at the moment, legend. They're not giving it, are you? Looks weird seeing what's wrong with the Rabbitohs. I don't know what's wrong with the Rabbitohs, Liam. They've just forgotten how to play rugby league, it feels. Come on, Bennett. Where's the Wayne Bennett factor? I need the Wayne Bennett factor. Come on, baby. Give it to us. Give us the Wennets. Give us the Wascally Waynet. On second tackle, the referee is actually going to call the Dragons back here. Tries in the 7th, 12th, and 15th minute. I kind of, it's a little selfish. South's actually getting the ball now on the 20. It's a little selfish, but I wouldn't mind the Dragons scoring again, actually, just because I think it would be, I don't know, I think it'd be pretty crazy interesting seeing the Souths actually conceding 20 and under 20. I don't see that too often. Mama Spaghetti to Dodd. Dodd passes short and trying to bash through the line is Liam LeBlanc, but he couldn't quite get there. Oh, to the left then, it's Bud Sullivan. Bud Sullivan to Kolomatangi. Keon Kolomatangi there. Keon Kolomatangi held. They're so bad. I've seen Cobb Pro players defend better than his Bunnies team. Yeah, this Bunnies team ain't doing it right now, are they? Liam Eve says, I want to see you at an Eels game. Feel free to see me at an Eels game. Feel free to see me at an Eels game, legend. I'm always in the same bay. Always, legend. What's the name of that again? I always look at my card. Gate. Aisle 115, row 5, seat 31. Had that seat for 4 years, legend. Feel free to come and say hi anytime. I always welcome anyone that watches the channel or any fan in general. Trust me, we've had our fair share of non-para fans around. Oh, firm catch in the air. The South Sydney Rabbitohs, number 20. What a beaut that was. What an absolute beaut. That was terrific, legends. Fletcher Miles. Over to the left now. South Sydney finally managing to put the pressure on the Dragons here. Trying to hold them out here. We go over to the left now. Bud Sullivan manages to offload to Kolomatangi. Kolomatangi now. And running forward now is Jai Gray. Jai Gray there then caught by the defense. We go over to the right then. Back to the left and through the middle. Tallis Duncan. Tallis Duncan would have fought it. He couldn't quite get through. He falls over like Dunkin' Donuts. And then running kick. And it's collected by Valentine Holmes, who could intercept here. Valentine Holmes is running. Run, Valentine, run. South Sydney. Are they going to be able to catch him? He passes it. Myers is looking to get him. And it's a try. Valentine Holmes factor in effect with Sione Panau. And we have another 22-0 in under 20 minutes. The defense has never looked weaker at South Sydney in a charity game. Still a kick to come. The Bunnies are just hopping through this half willy-nilly. The freaking, what do you call it? Valoni factor. The Valoni factor. I don't know what even to call that partnership, legends. The Bunnies. And that's why rugby league is the greatest game of all. The unpredictability that runs through it. Courses around. You can never truly, without a bit of luck, predict a full NRL season. Always teams that'll disappoint you and teams that'll surprise you. Sione find out 1 line break, 2 tries, 43 run meters. He's having a terrific first half of these first 20 to go by, legends. Seen under 12s defend better than this. Yeah, true that, legend. True that. True that. They're not doing good enough, are they? When you consider that this, to a lot of people, is when the actual season starts when it comes to proper games. A real letdown at the moment. Valentine Holmes, from the sideline, to thunder it in. It's going, it is gone, it is in, clear as days, never a question about that. Valentine Holmes with the pinpoint accuracy, like a laser, it flies through the middle. He might as well have been playing darts, he would have gotten a perfect score. And once again, some miscommunication from South Sydney leads the Dragons to have a firm advantage in the coming rest of this half. Jason Reader says, I'm looking forward to round 5 Roosters vs Rabbitohs. Hey, round 5 Roosters vs Rabbitohs is pretty good, isn't it, Legend? Rugby League's best rivalry, I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to round 5 King Guffo return. Yeah, that's like our own set. Bunnies Roosters, mate. Like the return of King Guffo. Can't wait for it. It's going to be a special game, Legend. Holmes is the best kicker in the comp. Yeah, mate, and I'm better than Nathan Cleary. He is a good kicker. There. All right, over to the right now. Cook passes to Jaden Sewer. Jaden Sewer held there. And then you got Emery Gula going to DeBellin. And then Flanagan over to Guffo. Over to Luciano Leilua. And then down to the center beyond for now for a hat trick. For a hat trick. He gets the hat trick. Bow. Take a bow, son. That is spectacular. We're not even past the first half and this boy has a hat trick. One player to roll the ball. 28-0. This could get ridiculous. It already is ridiculous. But the fact is this could get even more ridiculous. The Red V is on top of it all right now. The South Sydney Rabbitohs have got nothing to say. They're speechless right now as the Dragons keep on unloading the pressure on them. This is actually ridiculous. Every single play is a try for the Dragons right now. And that's not even an exaggeration, Legends. Look at the try minutes. I can't believe I'm not overdoing this. This is actually madness. In just 63 meters, he's got 3 tries. Sione for now. Oh my God, says Aguero. He can't believe it. He can't believe it, Legends. He's in shock. He's going, is this real? Am I actually seeing this before my very eyes? And I can confirm to you, yes, you are. It's going to be 100-0 at this rate. Mate, it's going to be 200-0. This is ridiculous. 30 points about to come on the board. Valentine Holmes has not missed a kick today. If he misses this one, he switch it off a little. Valentine Holmes from the 20. Strikes it. And he misses it. He switched off for that one. 28-0 it'll remain, Legends. No score to update here. South Sydney, what are you doing? Oh, I was ready to commentate a good game, genuinely. But nah. Nah, they had a different plan for this first game today, didn't they, Legends? They decided, okay, let's give him the most one-sided shield he's ever seen when he streams it. Go on, he can do it. He can handle streaming it. No problems. I swear, South, just one try before halftime, all right? Get yourselves one. Go on. Try. South Sydney Rabbitohs. Good tackle there from the number 13, Lachlan Hubner. Over to the left, Jack DeBellin here. 7th, 12th, 15th, 19th, and 22nd. By this rate, Legends, in the next 3-ish minutes, we are going to see a try. 2 to 3-ish minutes, we're going to see another try. Come on, Legends. Damien Cook now runs through the middle here. Clint Gufferson looking both ways. Goes over to the right. And knock on! He just thought too hard about it, Lachlan Ilias. It happens in rugby league. You have a flash in your mind and you just mess it up without even thinking straight. Mate, that's a damning possession, mate, percentage. 72% to the Dragons, only 28% with 16 minutes left in the first half to Souths. How do you end up with such a low possession? 10 out of 13 completions for Dragons, only four out of 5 for Bunnies. They just haven't had as many. It's not about how many they've done when they've gotten the chance. They just aren't getting the chances because they're not defending. There's a difference between attack and defense. If you can't do one, the other's pointless, ultimately, in this game. And the South Sydney Rabbitohs, with the mistake here, is that Jack Wyden who's messed it up, legends? The Bunnies, unfortunately, with the mistake, Dragons to get the ball back here. Oh, man, you got to do better, man. As a Rooster supporter, I'm happy when the Rabbits lose. Mate, you'll be loving this game as a Rooster supporter. I bet you got extra buttered popcorn there watching this one, excited. Liam Pritchard says Zach Lomax will be doing the goal kicking for Parramatta Eels this year. Yes, he will be, Liam. He'll be kicking for the Parramatta Eels, taking pressure away from Mitchell Moses, who has now become the Parramatta Eels captain. We'll see how he does. I think he's a fine enough kicker, and he'll do a good job as our main kicker, legend. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it helps the team a lot, actually, if the captain isn't the one kicking. Especially when halfback already has to do so much. We don't want to give everything on Mitchell. We want the team to have a split of leadership as well. DeBellin to Ilias. Over to Jaden Sewer. Moses Sully passes to the far right here. Can we see another counter? Nope, Souths are closing in their borders, trying to keep him out here. Parramatta Eels 1947 says South season is over before it started. Latrell out, Shaq out, Murray out, Campbell Graham out. Oh, it's crazy, legend. They've definitely got their work cut out for them. I could see the Souths making a late play towards the middle of the season, but yeah, I think early on they're going to have some trouble. Clint Gufferson here, and South Sydney will dive on the ball there. Kyle Flanagan tackling him. Clint Gufferson now running to be onside here. First tackle, legends, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Squeezing through, held down on the ground. We go over to the right then. Humphreys passes. Humphreys, former Manly Warringah Seagull. I think he played halfback for them. Or 9, played a bit of both. Can play either position and is looking to be a 14 sort of role for the South Sydney Rabbitohs in the future. Who knows? Maybe he'll become the 9 for all we know as well. Bunnies clear it in the air. And on the 20, Dragons, they let it bounce. And it goes out of play there. One sec, legends. Just settings. Something's up. You can't see it, but I can see it. Something up with me. All right, sweet. We're good. We're sweet. We're swell, legends. That was a terrific kick, legends. Went right by him. Your Brett Jed says Dragons by 70. Mate, usually I'd say that you're having a joke, but having a laugh, bro. But this game, absolutely this could be 70 to the Dragons, man. Absolutely. In fact, what's the poll like? If the Dragons aren't winning this, oh my God, thank goodness. I was going to say, if the Dragons don't win the poll, you guys are crazy right now. The Dragons are on top by a mile on them. And it's a penalty. Another penalty. The Dragons keep attacking. There is no defense. There is no cool heads. They can't keep it together no matter how hard they try. There's no efforts. Well, there's efforts, but there's no ability. Valentine Holmes now through the line. Lewis Dodd is also on report for that, legends. Flanagan will pass backwards here. Am I the only one scared that I reckon the Dragons could probably go through again here? I'm actually kind of worried. Gupperson over to the left before tries. The commentator's curse is real. The commentator's curse is real. I just said it. They go over for 4. TRY, it's another try. Sione Finau is actually having an unbelievable game. 32-0 with a kick to come. They could make it a historic win if they can continue this beyond and score another one or two before half and then the second half keep going. Usually there's a point where a team slows down, but this is ridiculous. 32-0. Honestly, at the end of the day, Legend, it doesn't really matter how it's happening. Well, it does to South, but it doesn't matter to me as a fan, just a random fan. I'm watching this and going, this is just rugby league. This is what happens, man. Unbelievable moments in our game. And it looks like that could be the last try for now. If the trainer has anything to say, if he's got any problems. 10.5 minutes still to go in the first half. And no shock, Wayne Bennett's not very happy in the box right now with his team's performance in this preseason game. They might even beat Cowboys' record of 74-0 against Tigers at this point. At this point, Legend, anything's possible. This is actually getting crazy. And they could be 2 points more up if they got that kick. Yeah, it looks like that would be the end of our Wingers night. He got 4 tries. Terrific stuff. 4 whole tries, man. How do you get that in one half? I do not know. But what I do know is that he's earned a break and should probably come off with how he's feeling. Looks really dazed. Running out onto the field. Jack DeBellin coming off onto the interchange here. Looks like they're just discussing about him right now. Trainer pointing to his head. Do you reckon a potential head problem right now? It'll get sorted out. He's probably coming off the field now, Legends. Yeah. Valentine Holmes will be taking the kick here. Just waiting on the whistle for the ref to say it's good. Valentine, from as far as he can get on the side to turn 8 points into 10 for him today. The number 4 to get more than double his number. He goes for it. And he scores it. Goal! 34-0. South Sydney are not coming back, I'm convinced. I'm convinced it would be the all-time choke. It would be the all-time choke, boys, if the South Sydney Rabbitohs came back now. Speaking of which, Cowboys and Titans both can't win the comp now because they both conceded 50 last week. And we all know what the record team conceding 50 at a stage in the season means. Yes, we do, King Julian. Technically speaking, you're right. Cowboys and Titans can't win. They can't win based on our preconceived rules. And look, I probably wouldn't have tipped either of them to win anyways, Legend, but it's pretty funny to just put them out because of that. But I wouldn't be laughing if it's my team. So to me, trials don't matter the same to me in terms of points conceded. But there's games like this where it is actually a problem you need to take a look at because this is just a joke at this point for South fans. All right, Gutherson on the ground now. On nearly the halfway line, 43 meters gain. They're going to clear it in the air over to the left here. I do agree that I do know what you mean by the 50, though, and Titans and Cowboys, yeah, they can't win the comp. They can't win the comp, boys. They can't win it. Over to the right. Bud Sullivan gets it to Jackie Boy. Jackie Boy almost through. Jackie Boy held by Damien Cook, his former teammate. Latrell watching on the sideline like a middle-aged 40-year-old coach. Speaking of 40s, they get to the 40-meter line in loving memory of him. Then to the left. Bud Sullivan over to Jai Gray. Jai Gray, will he pass it? No, he'll just push himself to the halfway line and stay down there. Yep, there is absolutely no way unless they cut some voodoo. We need some voodoo, Legend. I'll take voodoo. They'll make the game more interesting. Voodoo. Ooh. Go on, Khalid. Practice the witchcraft on us. Give us some voodoo, mate. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for you, bro. Ready for you. Fletcher Myers over to the left now. And on the left side, Tyrell Sloan, who is now on the field, will be tackled. Clint Gutherson just talking to a couple of his players around him. Mummy Spaghetti will tackle. Mummy Spaghetti gets him on the ground here. Then through the middle. Deep breaths, TJC. Which I'm glad about. It means only two Queensland teams that can still win it are my Broncos and the Finns. I don't think either will win it, but yes, I wouldn't have any problem with a Queensland fan team winning. I don't think that one's going to win, but I wouldn't have any problem with it. Yes, they can both still win. Come on, Broncos or the Finns. Come on, bro. Get it done if it's not para. Just don't be Storm Panthers again because I'm getting sick of it, man. Just don't be one of them. Storm and Panthers, it's a no deal. It's a no-go zone. I'm not happy with it. All right, South Sydney now. Appealing, nothing comes of it. First tackle here, running through, held on the, what is that, the 20? No, it's the 30. On the 30 held, Bud Sullivan to Giant Gray. It's another 6 again. Keon Kolomatangi. The footage is lighting up. Ilias now tackling down with help from Moses Sully. No, Jaden Sewer. They go over to the right then. It is Jack Whiten. Jack Whiten passes it off here and ends up in the hands of Debbie Moali. Moali held there. We go over to the right. It's Dodd with a short pass and just pushing through. The Lockhart just can't quite get there. Then to the right, Gap opening up. No, they're going to go back to Bud Sullivan. Over to Jai Gray. Is Jai Gray going to run? No, he's going to kick for himself. Jai Gray, and he scores alone. Lego would be proud of that one. The red and green will finally be able to say they got a try today. And the Bunnies are on top of it. There you go. Finally, they get a piece of the lollies. It may be a very small piece, but it's a piece nonetheless. The South Sydney Rabbitohs for the Dragons, 34. Congrats, Bunnies. You now only got a 30-point gap to come back from. Stop and clear. I'm sick of seeing Pampers because I sure don't. Mate, yeah, I don't want to see a Pampers fight, Pete, but mate, the Storm have always been my least favourite team, especially even as a fan living in Victoria. I just find them so unlikable. I hate their attitude, and ultimately, I just really don't want them to win, man. I don't like the Storm at all. That's a personal one myself. Yes, I don't want Panthers fight, Pete. And if I had to pick between the two, I'd go Storm. But my God, it's not a happy one, man. I don't want either to win at all. Despise both in their own ways. Well, I don't say despise Panthers, but I definitely don't like them at all. 34-4, it will remain. Isaiah Tass unable to convert from near the front, Legends. With a 30-point gap, 5 minutes to go in the first half, the Bunnies are not doing themselves any favours for a comeback in the second. Even if that, put it this way, even if they were to score on average every couple minutes, it would still be a real slog to get to equal, Legends, and that would be without the Dragons pulling anything. South Sydney are going to have to switch on to some of the best preseason form we have ever seen from a team behind. Tyler, can Rabbitohs come back? From what I've seen in rugby league, probably not, Legend, but you never know. Clint Gutherson here. Clearing it over to the right side here of the field, where it'll be collected by the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Humphreys goes to the ground there, the big old lock. Hubner. We then go to the middle. Held down, Davey Moali. Davey Moali then. We go back to the right. Just looking to run through the glass of defense here. Liam LeBlanc. LeBlanc couldn't quite get there. Over to Bud Sullivan. Bud Sullivan then gets it short to Kolomatangi, and Kolomatangi just couldn't quite get through. Kolomatangi's skinnier than he once was, isn't he? And then Hubner. Hubner around, looking to spin. Hubner held. Now Mama Spaghetti passing it off, and South Sydney gonna do what looks like a really lazy kick, to be honest. There, that wasn't very good for Lewis Dodd, Legends, though he probably just mishit it. Happens all the time. You'd be shocked how easy it is, to mess up your kicks. Whitstone and Joe was week one of 2024 where we flogged them 26-0. 26-0. And just couldn't do it since. I mean, 23 really was your year, Julian. You just didn't end up taking advantage, did you? By all means, if you look at everything that year from the Broncos, that should have been their year. They just absolutely choked it at the end. Like so many teams have in the past. Luciano Leilua to Valentine Holmes. Valentine Holmes around here, stepping, held. I was so happy in that moment because we finally broke the hoodoo. Finally broke it, Legend. Finally. Gufferson over to Sully. Sully around here almost to the 20 and held. Clint Gufferson then. Guffo on fifth tackle decides to run it. Interesting decision there. And it's a knock-on from Damien Cook. The referee's going to say it's fine. It's not a knock-on. Ilias to Flanagan. Kyle Flanagan, is he going to go alone? No, he's not. He's actually going to take the tackle because it's going to be a full set again because it's tackle 0 here. The South Sydney Rabbitohs defense on edge. St. George Illawarra Dragons. Cook passes backwards to Flanagan. Flanagan here. Over to Ilias. Jaden Sewer against his former side. Passes back to Cook. Cook over to Couch. Couchberg. Here he goes! And just not quite a try there for Ryan Couchman. Low kick from Flatto, and it ends up with the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Tass now looking to run it. Isaiah Tass almost through, but he's closed out there by Couchin. And now we go over. They're rushing through. They get to the 30 now here. Myers going, and Myers caught. South Sydney, Tass. Tass over to the 40 now. South Sydney, arms in the air, ready. Over to the left, Jai Gray. Jai Gray dummies. Jai Gray going alone now. Passes it and running is Bud Sullivan against his former team. South Sydney have scored 34-8. The Buddies have decided to play rugby league in the last 5 minutes. 8:34 with a kick to come. They still need 24 even if they do that. I have no idea how Jai Gray's managed to get over there. Watching it, it's like Ilias switched off in the defense. Like he wasn't prepared for the chance that his forward wasn't going to get the tackle. And then Bud Sullivan gets the pass and he just runs at full pace. Other players may have been caught, but like him as a half, never getting caught. Never, ever, not a million years. And he just sprints along like a gazelle and goes through. The 6 gets 4 and hopefully soon to be 6 with a converted try here. Made it look too easy, to be honest. I don't know how you could make a try like that look so easy. The line opened up. It was a knife through butter, a bullet through glass. I like to think surely grand final this year we won't play the opportunity again. If you make the grand final, Legend. If, yes. And, of course, they seal the kick there, Legends. 34-10, and hopefully they'll let us just see that out to halftime now. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Actually, looks like they're going to make us do a play here before we're done with it all. Not cool, Legends. Not cool. Not cool. I'm done. I'm done with this first half. Come on, we know the score, unless South City decide to absolutely humiliate their defense right back in this 9-second play. Come on, not happening. Clint Gufferson taking the kick here. And the South Sydney Rabbitohs preparing to collect collect it now. Myers running and going to get held here. And that will see us out to halftime here. The South Sydney Rabbitohs trail at the break 34-10 against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. And you'd have to think, unless one of the all-time preseason great miracle comebacks occurs, that the Dragons already have one hand on the Charity Shield. Anyways, legends, it's time for the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports. How we doing, legends? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being with us for this first half. Was absolutely legendary, was it not? If you've been enjoying so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Good to have you all here as we get ready for another chill halftime of relaxing. Our first of 3 today, legends, because not only do we have this one, but we also got the Broncos and the Bulldogs and the Dolphins and the Gold Coast Titans. Long day ahead for us, but it's all here live and free for you to listen to on the channel. 55 votes we have on the poll as we enter the halftime. Who are you tipping? 67% of you are opting for the Dragons. No shock there. The Dragons have been on top of it all, have they not? 33% the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I'm willing to bet you most of the buddies' tips, though, were before we went into this game. Unfortunately, South Sydney have never looked like the winners, even though they had one of the more impressive last 5 minutes we've seen this year so far. That's not much to go off of, to be fair. They still have not looked good enough. Can't play for 5 minutes and win games, can you? 5 minutes off is all it takes to lose games and premierships. Just think of the Brisbane Broncos, guys. What was that, like 15 poor minutes and they were done? Gonzo, out of here. Bronx won't beat Penrith this year when it matters. They might get match round, but that's not when all the chips are on the table. Because they won't be able to make that's the bold call of the year. That is a bold call, King Julian, mate. I don't know if I agree with them being unable to. I think that they definitely can. Whether they will, them not making it is an interesting claim, man. I feel like that's a very bold prediction right there. Anything that involves Panthers missing out on going close to all the way is a bold prediction. Let's face it, legends. Brenton Eslick says, buddies for the spoon. Buddies for the spoon. I don't base preseason off where I predict things that much. Like, I don't take it as the be-all and end-all and how I think teams are going to go in the season. But it's very concerning, legends. Absolutely. It is very concerning how the South Sydney Rabbitohs have conducted themselves in this game. If this is how they're planning to play in the actual season, I do have my concerns as well, legend. I don't think there's too many positives outside of the final 5 minutes for them. It wasn't good enough, legends. I think, though, of all coaches, Wayne Bennett would know that. And if there's anyone that can lift them up in the second, it's going to be him. But even then, they may have just conceded a few too many. Either way, still a great historic game, and I'm glad to finally be able to get to be able to stream the Charity Shield. I just never got around to it, legends. Just never got the chance. Things just always seem to pop up when this game was on. I don't think it helps that it's the 3 o'clock game, and the 3 o'clock game tends to come closer to when I've got stuff going on. But still, I'm surprised that I never had the chance. It's good, though. I finally get it. For those wondering where they're playing at Glen Willow Oval in Mudgee. As for players to shout out from that game, Sione Finau absolutely needs a shout out, even though he came off eventually, bro. 4 whole tries against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, legends. That was insane. Look, you could argue most of it was opened up by his teammates, but hey, you got to have someone finishing them, right? And he did his job all the way. Brilliant game from him. Ilya switched off a little bit defensively. He's got to work on that. allowed Jaden Sullivan to run through for a try. Guffo looks a little bit light at times, but still not could do much worse, Legends, than Guffo. The centres are a real highlight for the Dragons. Moses Sully and Valentine Holmes have really impressed me so far doing their jobs for them. Carl Flanagan's been a simple but fine 5'8". Forwards and the centres have been what's best for them so far. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to get to some of your comments here. I had them in the top 4 before their injuries. I didn't have them top 4, but I did have them making the 8. I could still have them in lower 8, but like it's hard to argue what I've seen today. I don't know. TJC Peppers have lost heaps of players. They're losing Fisher, Harris, Lua, and Tarura. That weakens them quite a bit. Absolutely, it weakens them, Legend. But there's still, if there's a team that's shown that they have players coming up that can perform to levels of others, it's the Penrith Panthers. What happens when they lose? What happens when they lose Burton? They have Jake Tago there, bro. What happens when they lose Josh Mansell? They have Charlie Staines. When they don't have Charlie Staines, they have they've now got freaking Casey Jesse McLean there now, who's a decent player. In fact, if you look at Penrith Panthers' lineup, Panthers 2025 lineup, it's not, they don't have an official one yet, but Dylan Edwards, Casey McLean, Paul Alamotti, Brian Toto, Nathan Cleary, probably Blaze Tulagi, could be Jack Cole there in the halves. Moses Leota, Isaiah Papali'i, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo. It's still a decent team. Sorensen, Liam Henry, and Luke Garner off the bench. Without Luai, it's definitely an impact for them. I'm not saying that isn't the case with the Penrith Panthers, but I still think they have a decent team. Do they miss? I wouldn't say that. I would say that this is the best chance. This is the best chance for them not to make finals not to make finals. No, they'll make finals. This is the best chance in the last 5 years for the Penrith Panthers to miss out on the grand final. Absolutely, it is, Legends. Don't know why you call them the Dargans, because of the shirt debacle where the name on the Dragons was accidentally called Dargans. It was a joke last year that has stuck with me, Liam Porter. You can either put up with it or fly. Oh, absolutely. Without Cleary, there's they're not as good of a side, 100% Legend, and they won't have Luai to lean back on either, so it's not going to be easy for them, King Julian. They're definitely going to have to. They're definitely going to struggle, man, more than they have in the past with it. Without Nathan Cleary and Luai, it's up to the Panthers to show their resolve. Who will step up as the leader without both of them? Because let's face it, now that Fish has gone as well, that's who I would have tipped to be the one to step up as the leader. But with Fish gone, Yeo's a captain, but I don't see Yeo being the on-field, Barker kind of that they'll need. Up the Dargan, says Brenton. So you get it, Brenton. Mate, good on you, mate. Good on you, legends. Love a bit of the Polynesian Cup. Where do you think Eels will finish on the ladder, says Leo Eves? Oh, mate, first undefeated. Nobody's beating us. Greatest team of all time. 5P incoming. Obviously going to happen. Liam Eves, don't even question it. All right. My prediction for the ladder's never going to happen. Totally not. Totally not. The Parramatta Eels, I just automatically ignore any ladder predictions that may come from me. The Parramatta Eels are first place. I don't know what I'm talking about when I don't put them first place. All the way. Could Buddies come back, says AJTG? No, I don't think they'll come back, AJTG, but I mean, if Dragons play like that final 5 minutes and Buddies play like that final 5 minutes, who knows? Momentum can be a crazy thing in rugby league. However, at this moment, I would say no, Legend. Up to Buddies to prove me wrong. If I'm the coach of the Buddies right now, I'm going, if they do that in one half, you do it in the other. Lift your game up, sons. No falling on. No falling over, mates, all right? One half does not define how your side plays. Nejmir Soccer says, what's up, bro? I'm doing all right. Feeling good. Live stream reacting to this wonderful first game of 3 today, Legends. Just got to concept myself a little because we'll be talking non-stop, yada, yada, yada. Right now, it looks like the St. George Illawarra Dragons are already almost there. Also, hope you're going all right too, Nejma. My bad. Didn't even think of that. Politeness. Hope you're going well too, Nejma. One thing I got to give Para credit for is they always somehow seem to give Panthers the most trouble in the regular season. Like Para's beaten Panthers more than any other teams. Well, mate, I don't know. For me, I think it's unpredictability. I don't know, bro. But Panthers can't read us when we play. For some reason, when we play the Panthers just can't read us. They try, but they just can't. We're over them, man. Bro, them beating Panthers is what I mean by there's talent in the Para side. There's talent. They just don't. We're just not consistent with it. Parramatta is one of the most well-off clubs internally in rugby league. They just haven't in the past used their assets to the fullest extent. That's something we're trying to rectify under the Jason Riles era right now, and times are changing, but things don't get fixed over a year. And of course, while I predict the best for my club, I am absolutely not gonna say that we're instantly winning the premiership all seriously in that. Like, ultimately, I think finals is a good year, and I think that at least not being in the bottom four and being higher up on the ladder is an okay year. I just want to see improvements, and I want to see us build each year until we're at a point where we are at our best. I would rather the long game if it means we're class down the line than the quick, short-lived game. Nejmir Soccer says, TJC, do you support the Rabbitohs? No, I do not, Legend. I support the Parramatta Eels. But we do live stream every game except Para on here. Yeah, well, that's just Parramatta for you, man. That's Parramatta for you. We just don't. We're not consistent, man. Okay, we have not been consistent the last few years. We love beating good teams, except like the very top one. Outside of Panthers, like we like beating decent teams and then losing to Tigers the next week. Like I'm firm on the belief that if we're basing off what Para loves to do, we by Para logic, we'd beat Storm and then we'd lose to the Tigers the next week, Legend. Because that's how Para rolls. That's how we do it here in the TJC Parramatta Eels support section. Anyways, Legends, the halftime show will have to come to an end as the second half kicks off now. Don't forget to sub. Here we go. Second half underway. Nejma says you're a WTJC. Right back at you, Legend. Appreciate you, mate. South Sydney Rabbitohs. 10 minutes in the sin bin for Lewis Dodd for last half. Where did that go? Wait a second. Where did that news come from? Lewis Dodd 10 in the bin. What'd he do? He's not even on the field. Joy Gray now. On the left here. Dragons defending. Spaghetti. To the right. And Sullivan. Got to try in the first half. Kick it in the air. And Valentine Holmes loses the ball, but he loses it backwards. It's okay. The Dragons carry on. Flanagan now. Passes to Valentine Holmes. Valentine Holmes looking to go through. Valentine Holmes held on the 30 here. And then you have Sloan Sloan, and then over to the 40, Ilias, and Jaden Sewer grabbed by the legs to the ground he goes. Sewer is down for the count. We then go through the middle. Mate, you trying to strip his shirt off? Tackle or strip him? I can't tell with that tackle, bro. You're pulling his shirt off. Kicking it now, and on the left side, Tyrone Monroe will collect. Monroe looking to go around them, recovering from an injury he got last year, I think it was, maybe a little bit before that, but he was out for last year. Hoping to come back fitter than ever. All right, and through, Colomatungi held down here. Mama Spaghetti over to the right. Hump there, gets it short. And almost through was Davey Moali, but he couldn't quite. Mama Spaghetti gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys now, absolute star in that one game he played for Manly that I watched. To the right now, and it's a clearance in the air. Fifth tackle, high in the air on the Dragons 20, and it was a simple catch there. Not too much in it from the number 5 there. On the ground he goes. On the first, and running in, 3 South Sydney Rabbitohs are there to cover him here, and he's held on his own 20. TJC, do you think your halves at the start of the season, round 1, will be Brown and Moses like usual? Yes, I do, Legend. I do think Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown will be our halves at the start of the season, Legend. They're the only 2 positions where I say that there is absolutely zero doubt of anything. There's a lot of positions where I pretty much know who's going to get it, but that's the thing. It can change on a week-by-week basis. One sec. All right. Cool. Just doing something, Legends. All right. I think our spine will be Isaiah Yongi, Dylan Brown, Mitchell Moses, and at number 9, I think it'll be hands with possibly Smith off the interchange, potentially. But I highly back Dean Hawkins and especially Ronald Volkman to get a job done as backup halves if we do have a player go down. Because I'll tell you now, they haven't been too bad, personally. Like, ignore the second result versus the Tigers. They themselves have not been too bad. All right. And now, down the right here, Moses Sully just pushing onwards here. And Moses Sully held on the 30 here. Second tackle now. All around. All aboard, Legends. All aboard. To the ground he goes. Held back in it. Where it stops, nobody knows. There she blows. Out of play goes the ball. Running to the ground, Sloan, mate. Almost lost his pat footing there. So far, 73 votes on the poll, 70% sticky with the Dragons. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. All right, Moali to play the ball. Just 5 minutes into the second half. Nothing as of note crazy's happened yet. South's doing pretty well considering they're a man down. Legends missing their halfback. Who's your half if Moses goes down? Vulcan? From what I understand, probably. Originally, I think it was going to be Dean Hawkins, Brenton, but originally it was going to be Dean Hawkins, but I do think that at this moment, since Riles was being honest, no position is fully safe. Yeah, I think Volkman will be our backup halfback, Legend, or at least him and Hawkins will have there'll be a genuine question which one of them gets it, Legend. I'd say that Volkman's the one that is in the running, though. And I don't mind that at all. I think Volkman's decent. Hit in the air, backwards, South Sydney! And unbelievable, they score again! Keon Koloamatangi! 14 points on the board. Expect the unexpected. Ever since going 34 up, you got to say the Dragons have switched off a level, have they not? Still a 20-point gap, though. They can lower it to an 18 in a second. Brenton says, yeah, he seems to be decent from what I've seen. He is decent. He's just, he had a rough go with the whole Warriors and Dragons debacle. So it's good on. I'm happy for him that we've gotten him to sign with us and that we're almost giving him another shot in rugby league. And he's taking full advantage. He's a player who truly has the work ethic and wants to do right by his career, and he'll do whatever it takes to perform for the side. So, yeah, I definitely have no doubt that when the actual season comes about, he'll be a terrific fill-in for maybe 1 or 2 games during Origin when Moses is up in the Blues camp before he gets injured. But no doubt it'll be a good one, though. That's one thing that we, right now, within Parramatta are loving, is the depth. We finally have depth, legends, and that's something we've really missed. Now, thundering it in the air, the South Sydney Rabbitohs, 16! We have 16 on the board! 16 on the board! There's a spark of hope in the buddies' eyes here, legends, but they're not beginning to think of anything until it's made clearer. It would be the choke of a lifetime, though. South Sydney Rabbitohs on the comeback. They are currently actually winning the second half. They're not winning the game, but they're winning the second half in terms of score, legends. Over to the left we go. And collected by Fletcher Miles. Goes to Moali, and Moali puts up a beautiful smash that Couchman has to tackle. Both the brothers do, actually. And it goes with the offload. Hubner, the lock passes. Now Tass over to Myers, who's going to take off with speed. And to the 40, he's going to slow down now, legends, and be held. Already seen the round ones. Oh, yeah, obviously Storm are favourites. Mate, I'm not going into round one saying, oh, yeah, we're going to win. But I'm going to go into round one cheering like we are, because to me, going in all depressed that we're going to lose is never the way to cheer on your side. If you want to win, you got to have a winning mentality. This is typical Dragons, though. I've seen them get to big leads and lose them. So true, King Julian. So true. I can't talk, though. Para have done the same many times in the past, legend. Many, many times. It's not even funny. It's actually quite depressing how often. And the South Sydney Rabbitohs! Did he get that one or did he lose it? They're going to say he got it. This would be unbelievable if South Sydney managed this 2034 when a kick to come. The Dragons unable to keep it together. They're absolutely losing it. Still 14 points on the board in the lead. Soon to be 12 possibly. Colin Matangi's been a huge part of their comeback. That's a double for him in this second half. Terrific second rower there. And I think he's got his position, legends. He's played a bit of lock and prop in the past too. What the heck is happening to the Dragons? I don't know, King Julian. We may have just witnessed... We've still got half an hour to go. We may be witnessing one of the best charity games ever when it comes to shockers. We might be. There's choking and then there's this. I'm hoping our halves can compete or stay in their position this year, Sharp and Gamble. Oh, you're a Knights fan, are you, Brenton? Didn't know that, but good old Newey. Love that away trip. Sharp and Gamble. I still am not too convinced by that halves, but that's just my opinion. Hopefully they can stay fit, Brenton, and prove me completely wrong, because that's what I love about rugby league, being proven wrong. I feel like players a lot of the time can make you seem like an absolute fool, can't they? I hope Sharp and Gamble do stay fit and do a good job for you, Brenton. Hopefully both our teams will do well, and I'll see you in the finals. I still remember when in 2022, even though we lost the grand final, I remember when we lost the, I I think it was the first round of finals when we played Panthers, and I said to all the Panthers fans, "See you in the grand final, GG." And then we made the grand final. Hopefully, by using the same mentality here, it happens. See you in the grand final, Newcastle. See you there. Clearance in the air now from the Dragons over to the right here, and Fletcher Myers passes. Could you believe it if it ended up happening, Legends? If the Dragons lose this game after getting a 34-0 lead, it will be pretty funny. It'll be unbelievable. Like, I'm jumping out. I'm flipping this chair on the back of the couch if it happens. All right, I'm losing it. I'm throwing rockets in my feet and blasting through the roof. Utterly ridiculous. I'd be so hyped now, though, if I was a Buddies fan. If you're a South Sydney Rabbitohs fan, get up for your team right now, Legends. They need you. They need you. Joy Gray running through. Tyrell Sloan puts his arm in the way, Legends. Will that be a set again for the Buddies? It will be let off of the touch from Sloan. Now to the left, Humphreys, Kolomatangi. Going alone again, Legends. Keon Kolomatangi on the ground here now. And then you got Jackie Boy. Jackie Boy running around. Jackie Boy dummies! Jackie Boy almost through, but he couldn't quite get there in the end, Legends. And then running short here, he looks to go over on third tackle, but Buddies couldn't quite squeeze their way through. The comeback is absolutely on. The St. George Illawarra Dragons desperate not to make the choke of the century. Only the Dragons can let this happen, I see Julian Ali saying to me. All right, over to the left, Mamu Spaghetti. Mamu Spaghetti to Humphreys! Humphreys! Humphreys is through! Humphreys has got one! South Sydney! That is all! The Buddies hop over! It's only a 10-point gap, 24-34. It's not over! It's never over! Rugby league isn't done until the lady sings! Tyler, this is a crazy game. Mate, this is the craziest of all. This is simply the best, baby! Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone we've ever met. Oh, this is insane. I actually can't believe it. Nelson Hakala says, Buddies are losing. I love it. Hey, they're losing for now, Legends. They're losing for now. Jamie Humphreys just made it a pretty scary small lead now after what it once was. South Sydney are really pushing the buttons of the Dragons here. The Dragons need to get a try. They need to get a try. They need to get it soon. 27 minutes still to go. There is actually plenty of time for Buddies to get the points now. Plenty of time. Tass now. Why is he kicking? He's barely kicking it from in front, Legends. He's barely getting it from in front. No way the Rabbitohs is SS Storm fan. Yes way, it's true. South Sydney showing their incredible history with the plays like that. I genuinely cannot believe it. I am finding it very hard to process what I'm looking at here. This is actual insanity. South Sydney making the Dragons question themselves. 30, 32. Oh my God. If they got the kicks, all they need is a try. All they need is a try if they actually got their kicks. But unfortunately, Tass just isn't a great kicker. And that's where kickers become really crucial in games, Legends. Moments like this. 5 in a row they scored. Mate, 5 in a row is going to become 6 in a row soon. Brenton Eslick says, Bennett gave them a rev up at halftime. Dang right he did, Brenton. Dang right he did. Honestly, possibly, Legend. Probably. I do not care, actually, if the Buddies win or lose here. I'm not particularly a supporter of the Buddies, but my Goodness me. The fact that the Dragons have allowed a comeback like that to happen is insane. Remember what you said, what would you do, please, with this? Mate, I'm going to go Rockets. I'm going to go Rockets and shoot through the roof, mate. Mate, what do you mean? I gotta go through the thing. I got to flip the couch. I got to land on the couch now. Chair back all, mate. I'm a Panthers fan. Good for you, Nelson. Good for you. Great era to be a Panthers fan in, legend. NRL Minute says, yo, NRL NBA edits, legend. Welcome to the stream. St. George Illawarra Dragons there on the 40 now. Cook goes to the left, the Sook. Jack DeBellin then. Jack DeBellin trying to go around the South Sydney Rabbitohs with the nerves of steel right now. Ilias gets it back to Cook, his former South teammate, current Dragons teammate. And they'll just get it short. Good luck to you. Nelson Aguilar says, good luck to you, Para fans. Hope you do well this season. It's always good when both of us are doing well, in my opinion, Nelson. Doesn't happen too often, but I think it's always better when both of us are doing well. Good luck to your Panthers too. I'm not going to lie. I really don't want to see a five-peat, but appreciate it, legend. Hopefully we both have a good season. South Sydney Rabbitohs on the 20. Pass to Jack Whiten. Whiten through now. It's all about defense for Dragons at this point in this game. This is by far one of the most insane comebacks I've ever seen. It's insane how they gave 34-0 down to 34-26 with 24 to go is insane. I just think that most people would rule that as near impossible. Like, the fact that they've managed that is actually ridiculous. Like, I was going to be shocked if they even allowed them to get one or two in the second half, let alone this. I thought Dragons would switch back on in the second, but no, the Dragons have decided that they just can't do it, man. They've fluked it. They've lost it completely. Lost the plot. You should want to see the flop at best team. Mates, 4P, 5P. Seeing the same team win every year is just not fun, man. It's just not fun at the end of the day, especially when they're your team's biggest rivals. No hate about it, all right? There's zero hate about it, legends. No hate feelings there. It's just a personal feeling of I want to see something different. I appreciate the greatness we see before us with the Panthers right now, but ultimately I do want to see something new when it comes to greatness, because having the same thing forever is never what you want. History is always written to eventually change. Enjoy it while it's here, but ultimately, I'm keen for the next big team to come through. Dragons are on the roll, but it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning, Daz. Just the beginning, indeed, a legend. Absolutely. It wasn't fun watching. Alrighty, legends. Here we go. Still 22 minutes to go in this. South Sydney Rabbitohs on the defense on the 30 here. It wasn't fun watching Jordan winning. To be fair, I actually didn't watch much basketball, man. So I actually didn't watch Jordan win much. But no, that's true. That's true. But watching Jordan win, still, you're right there, man. Greatness is something to be appreciated. And no doubt I'll look back and say they're the best team. But at the moment, I personally would much rather see my team winning. If I'm being honest with you, legend. Goro Maggie, by the way, you're all good, yeah, man. It's all good. Tipped 13 plus on Dragons. Mate, you tipped 13 plus on Dragons? Well, technically you don't have a problem, do you? 4 plus 4, 8. Actually, you do have a problem, but you don't in a second if the Dragons can get a try here. Jack DeBellin. Over to Flanagan, to Clint Gufferson and South Sydney Rabbitohs. Unfortunately, that'll be a knock on. The South Sydney Rabbitohs mess up an opportunity to intercept and run. I get what he was doing, trying to stop the wing from going over. South Sydney playing with a desperate ferocity that they didn't play with to start the season, legends. Than a lot of teams. Oh, I think already with the 4-peat, however people feel about yours, I think with the 4-peat, you're already the best team of the NRL era, legend. I already think that a 5-peat would just be rubbing salt into the wound. You can get it, historical, wow, 5 fingers, but to me, I think that's I think a 4-peat's enough to argue that you're the best team. I think that's enough to argue it, honestly. 4-peat's crazy. And I don't think we'll see it again. Or at least I don't think we'll see it again in the next few years after Panthers don't get one. Just pausing on the clock here. I don't know, but the Dragons team way back in the day that won 11 comps. Yeah, it was, to me, the 11 comps versus the 4 comps. You can't really compare because it was just a different time, legend. The way the game was viewed and handled, it was a lot less of what we see today, legend. It was a lot less of what we see today. It was the same. It was rugby league, but it's not the same game and how it is. And the Dragons get a penalty, legends, from right in front here. What do you do when you're them? Do you make it a 10-point gap? Or do you go for the try? You probably go for the try. Feed in the scrum now. We got the chance to win the grand final this year. You did in 2024, legend, and unfortunately, you just didn't quite get there. Does that make Cleary the best coach? He's up there as a great coach. He's definitely up there, legend. Definitely up there, no doubt. The best. Depends on what fan you ask, legend. As a Para fan, I'm not gonna. Cook. Over to Flanagan. To Elias. Moses Sully. And hopefully for Dragons fans, that can help them breathe a sigh of relief. Dragons 38. South Sydney 26 with a kick to come here, legends. Oh, I'm not saying I don't love Ivan Cleary, legend. I'm not saying I don't like him, legend. I just don't think I'd call him my all-time coach in who I like. There's a difference between that. It's like how I like Josh Adokar, but will I say he's my all-time winger? Of course not. Of course not. $38-26 now on the board. I doubt Buddies will win now. I think most people will doubt Buddies' victory now. It looks like the Dragons have just managed to push themselves over the line. Still, not good enough that they've allowed the Buddies to get into the position to even think that they could come back. Ridiculous, even. Genuinely, I feel like they should have. Feels like they should have done better. Jet Cleary's making his debut for Warriors. Think the kid will be good. He's a Cleary. He's bound to at least be all right, Nelson. He's bound to be at least all right, mate. I'm going through it. Jet Cleary, all the way. Come on, bro. Honestly, a lot of talk about Jet and Penrith. Hopefully, he can get his career going beyond just being Nathan Cleary's brother at the Warriors. And probably eventually return to Panthers. Or maybe they'll join him in Warriors land. I'm 27, been going to Penrith since I was 5. Cleary, very, very good coach. He's not on Bennett, Robson, or Bellamy level. Thank you. That's what I think I was trying to kind of say, legend. I didn't think he was on the Bennett, Bellamy, Robbie kind of level. I do think that he's a great coach. I think he's right up there as one of the best, but I don't think he's quite that level. he is very lucky to have one of the best sons to play the game. Like, Nathan Cleary is spectacular. I know a ton of people that try to say otherwise, but you just can't deny the kid's talent when you get the game. Like, come on, you can't. Right, he's a huge reason why the Broncos lost that grand final. Nathan Cleary is insane. And his connection with Ivan plus the whole team together, I think, plays a huge factor. Half of the Panthers' talent is the belief that they're going to do it every year, and then they end up actually doing it. And then on top of that, they just got all the talent, the effort, the ability. They're crazy. DeBellin, through Nelson, we should have it. I don't mind if you slap Broncos. Feel free to slap Broncos, but please don't slap Para. Para versus Panthers combine, Para away. That's going to be a really fun game, isn't it? Para versus Panthers, can't wait for it not next year, this year, next season, which is coming up pretty soon, actually. In fact, I'll be in Melbourne in a little bit over a week now, actually, because I'm off to round one. Storm Para. Yes, I know. Storm probably going to win. I've heard it. Don't worry, legends. You don't need to remind me. But I'm still backing my team, okay? Win or lose. Hopeful for a surprising result. Whether everyone writes you off or not, I truly believe in cheering your team on through the good and the bad. Rabbitohs going to slap Para again. Well, you are pretty much one of our bogey teams. We never beat South. Like, I barely remember beating South most of the time. I remember the one time I beat them when I was absolutely ridiculed, and it was the happiest day of my life. Fun fact, I grew up in Para. Ah, nice, Nelson. Nice. So you get it. You get it. Good stuff. I always like hearing about people from Para. I didn't grow up in Para. I grew up in Victoria, but my mother was a Para supporter, so poof, he's a Para fan. Or at least I wasn't told I had to be a Para fan, but I just kind of grew accustomed to the team and loved them. Tyler, in 2022, I went to the Parramatta Eels versus Cowboys game, prelim finals. Eels won grand final. Yep, iconic won that in 2022 versus the Cowboys. Controversial, but still iconic nonetheless. Kyle Flanagan through the line, breaking on by to Damien Cook, who will dummy legends. Damien Cook almost, and Cook held by Humphreys before he could get through legends. We then go over to the right here. Ilias will kick it in the air and it comes off the buddies. South Sydney Rabbitohs will feel like they've let themselves go a little here. Unfortunate stuff from the buddies. Honestly, they did have a decent 30 minutes. They just left it too late, unfortunately. They conceded too many to be able to come back, it seems. But it's a very different story, too, if they get the kicks. If they get the kicks, it's still very possible. But unfortunately, Tass, in my opinion, not much of the kicker kind of player. And yeah, I just cheered for 3 years of spoons. South Sydney Rabbitohs all their way through, and Ilias will collect the ball. Beautiful defense there. Mate, I hear that, legend. Nice to see my team looking like a team. I'm happy if Tigers do all right for you. Remember Semi Radradra? How could I forget, bro? Semi was part of my past childhood love. Who was the best winger of Paris, Sivo or Radradra? Well, my favourite's always got to be Radradra, but that Sivo chant was brilliant. Personally, I think the reason I had to say Semi is because Semi's a player that helped young me really fall in love with the game. I absolutely loved Semi Radradra. Every time when I was like, get it to Semi, please get it to Semi. And he just absolutely bolt through. Bro was one of the few players that could make it look like the other team was running away from him. Penalty here, legends. Damien Cook caught with a high tackle. I miss Fooey, says Brendan. Fooey, Roger. We had some good days, did we not, legend? Now the Dragons on the 40 here. Couchman taps. Golden State Warriors beat Sacramento Kings 130-106 in basketball, TJC. Cool NRL and NBA edits. Nice stuff. Glad to get some updates. What about the Hayne play? Yeah, well, obviously obviously one of the best individual seasons ever. I did enjoy Jared when he played, but I also was done a little sour by him going to Titans. I'm not going to lie. That kind of soured a lot of my care about him. And through the line, rushing through, we have a try. It is Couchman here, number 16. And if you didn't think it was sealed before, it is sealed now. The St. George Illawarra Dragons make it 44 now. And that is utterly terrific there. For clarification, it is Ryan Couchman that has gone over there, legends. And you're going, TJC, why aren't you jumping up and down in craziness? Well, it's because this is the result that we kind of expected since the first 10 minutes. Very anticlimactic. Congratulations to the Dragons on their charity shield. They should be getting it in about 12 minutes when they win. On top of it all, they go. The legends themselves. What about Chrissy Sando and Bevan French? Bevan, oh my God, stop reminding me of absolute classics, Nelson. 44-26, Scuffer, Grumbifos lost yet again. Grumbifos, mate. It's good for the Dragons to score 44, but it's still bad that they conceded 26 points. Exactly, legend. If Shane Flanagan is as serious about his coaching job as he says, yes, he's going to be happy with the win, but also, surely he's got to have a talk to them about that defense. Because you shouldn't be leading by that much and giving Buddies even a sniff. The fact that Buddies were allowed to even think that there was a chance they could come back, not good enough. Kyle Flanagan, 100% kicking rate today. 1 out of 1. He never misses, baby. He never misses. 2 out of 2. 46-26, legends. Poof, poof, poof. Steph Curry had 20 when he held. Cool. Cool, legend. Remember, this is an NRL stream, but good for you and that game, legend. Good for you. Anyways, Myers to take the kick to kick us off again here. 11 minutes still to go. Clearing it in the air. It goes over to the left here and on the 10. Here we go, Dragons. Just simply playing easy now. Looks like they've taken off a few players, legends. Over to the middle now. And is that little? Is that little through? Little held? On the sideline right now. Mummy Spaghetti and stuff talking. St. George Illawarra Dragons. I can't recognize half of the players now, so I'm actually going to go and say where they're getting. They're on to the 30 now. Couchman gets Dragons then over to the right to Jack DeBell, and Jack DeBell then gets it. Oh, Sloan down the wing. Here they run, legends. Here they run. Tyler, I remember 2019 Parramatta's with the Broncos 58-0. I think all Para fans should remember that day. That was a very good day, legend. Collected by Myers now. Clearance in the air from the Dragons. Not going to lie, legends. Feeling a bit tired from that first stream. We've still got the second one coming up in when is that due, actually? Let me check out for you guys. When's the next stream due? The next stream is due in about 40 minutes, so we'll have about a half an hour break, legends. Hopefully you've enjoyed this stream. Once this one's up, make sure that you check that one out when it is live. Smash that like button. Some of you haven't yet, you know the drill. Yada, yada, won't bother you. South Sydney Rabbitohs. Down the left now. Just trying to ever so slightly squeeze through. This is why Rabbits will never win a premiership. They rely on one player. It's all one player, legend. One or nothing. It's their way or the highway. You're right. It is concerning that without Murray and Trell, they're messing up like this. Leo Francis Royker in the chat says, "G'day TJC. Bet on Dragons 13 plus, Broncos 13 plus, and Titans 1 to 12 margins. How do you like my chances?" Dragons 13 plus. Well, you currently got that. I like your chances for Dragons. Broncos 13 plus. I'm sure that there's a certain someone called Julia that would love that for you, Leo. G'day, mate. And Titans 1 to 12. Yeah, well, Titans Dolphins always just love being a fun one. So the Titans and Dolphins just loves being an interesting game, doesn't it? Always is. Parker Monster says Rabbits can still win. Good on you, Shrek. Sticking by your side. Shrek is a Bunnies fan confirmed legends right there. I don't mind your chances, Leo Francis Roeker. I think your least likely chance is Broncos 13 plus. However, I don't think that one's necessarily not doable. Preseason games tend to have a team that runs pretty far. It's over for Buddies. I agree it's over for Buddies, but let him dream. Let him dream. Let Parker dream of miracles, even though, let's face it, it's not going to happen. I'll let him do his thing. Over to the left, and Jai Gray through again. Jai Gray through the middle has been a deadly thing for Buddies today, even through the loss. That's something they can take away from this one. Jai Gray just swarming him every chance. And he is through. Bud Sullivan over to the right now. Gets it. Now pushing them all away here. It is Ashton Ward. Humphreys over to Bud. Bud hits it in the air here. And on the right side, in the air, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs just couldn't quite chase it there. Unfortunate for Isaiah Tass, the captain today. Just couldn't get it for South Sydney. The number 7 for Panthers is class. I don't know his name, but damn, he's good. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You mean, his name was Toe something? Good play. Talau, right? Trent Talau. Great halfback there. He did terrific while Nathan Cleary wasn't around for the Penrith Panthers in that game. He's most of the reason, in my opinion, that Manly fell so much against his. Now on their way through here, Hamish Stewart held. Jack Whiten watching on the bench, rub at his face. Dragons. Ryan Couchman. Couchman almost through. Couchman held. We want 50. Alrighty, legends. Together. I think the time has come. We want 50. We want 50. Go on. Dragons. We want 50. We want it. When do we want it? Now. Para Junior, that's to our kid. Well, mate, nothing surprises me anymore. A ton of class players seem to be para juniors. We let so many players go that I don't know how we deal with it, Nelson. NRL Minute says we want 50. Yes, dang right we want. Dang right we want it, legend. We want it now. 50 points for the Dargan. Clearance from South Sydney on the 5th. Goes over and it's collected there by Sloan on the far left, I think. Yeah, Tyrell Sloan. Runs through now. I think he was linked to South Sydney at one point, Sloan, in his career. But hasn't happened. Short pass to the right now. And held back in it. Just 5 minutes to go now, legends. So make sure you show the stream some love if you haven't yet. And then it's DeBellin. DeBellin over to the right here. Number 23. And, Dylan Egan. Dylan Egan going. Egan passes. Then it's kicked over. Here we come. Rushing Connor Molson. And staying on the ground there. Dylan Egan. Liam says, Tyler, I can't wait to see Ben Hunt play his first game for the Broncos. Oh, mate, I can't wait for it either. Going to be exciting. The next game on the channel, live stream, react to in all its glory. All its wonderful, wonderful glory. And now with the feed in the scrum, Humphreys passes over to the right here. Bud Sullivan gets it to Tass. Isaiah Tass looks for the run. Could get around. Why Couchman? I don't know why Couchman, man. Why Couchman? Why Couchman? What's Couchman done? Even if they get 50, but I imagine Flatters still won't be happy with the 26 conceded. Agreed, King Julian. But it's not our job. It's not our job to concern about it. It's their job. And if Shane doesn't show any concern for the points conceded, then I think he's looking at the wrong things in the club. Can prove me wrong with the Dragons continuing to perform in the actual season, but you got to defend if you want to win games, right? It says attack gets you points, defense wins you premierships. South Sydney Rabbitohs now. 3 minutes to go. Why would he knock on? They had a chance. Well, he didn't choose to knock on, legend. Knock-ons just happen. They're not something you choose to happen. Broncos will never beat my Panthers. I love the confidence. Love the confidence from you there, legend. Nothing like a bit of confidence to get a team rolling at its fan base. Good stuff. Thumbs up. Approval from TJC right there. Just passing it off there, Jonah Glover. We go to the left. Raymond Faitala Mariner rushing through here. Raymond held to the ground. Everyone loves Raymond. Jack DeBelland. DeBelland then. Good offload. Gets it short here. Running, going, good. On the ground he is. Cade Reed. 26-24 in the grand final. Sorry for the quietness, legends. I think I've just got to wake up a little bit more from uni. St. George Illawarra Dragons here. On the 10, kicks low, chases, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs will clear it out of play here. Liam Pressure says Dragons play Bulldogs in round 1. Yes, they do, mates. Go the Dragons in that because I can never cheer for the Bulldogs, mate. Never, ever, ever. Unless maybe if they play Panthers, and then I just not support anyone. It's not a win either way. Both make me miserable. I'll take a Panthers beat at that rate. As the Stormfan says, the Panthers won that grand final. Yes, they did, but still, it showed that the Broncos are capable of beating Panthers. They just blew it at the end. Over to the right now. Ever so slight squeeze through. We're entering the final minute in just a second here, legend. So this is their last chance to make it 50. Sully will just dive on the ball here. Tackling him well there, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Dragons over to the left here. Going over 22 there. Loco Pacifica Tonga. Getting it to Jack DeBelland. DeBelland then flicking around them, grabbed by the legs and flops on the ground. And now the referee is going to step in here. The Dragons on top of it all. 30 seconds to go. Honestly, just got to say congratulations to them. Absolute congratulations. This has been a terrific game from the Dragons. Outside of defense, we don't talk about defense. The South Sydney Rabbitohs gave us something to be excited about. It's all I really want from a preseason game, not too much. Anyway, South Sydney with one play at the ball. Ultimately won't really matter from the scrum. 2, 1, and he is held. No, he offloads here, legends, and it's dived on, mate. That was like he was saving his child right there. And a big Humphreys got it. That is full time here at Glen Willow Oval, Mudgee. The St. George Illawarra Dragons are champions over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Unfortunately, unable to obtain the gold in this one. Classic game, classic fixture. Shane Flanagan, while unhappy probably with the defense in the second half, he can be very happy with the results. Respect from the boys all around. Thank you all so much for watching this legendary NRL live stream reaction. If you were new, consider hitting the sub button as it's appreciated a lot. It helps me out a ton. Hit the like, and I'll see you guys for the Bulldogs and the Broncos, which will be a pretty fun one indeed. Rooney. Clint Gufferson on the screen now. 2 tries, assist. Legendary stuff, mate. Still feels weird not seeing Guffo in Paragear. Good win for the Dragons, but still concerned that they conceded 26. It is concerning, Legend, that they conceded 26. You would have thought a better, right, Legend? You would have thought that they'd do better than that, especially after being up by what they were. Anyways, they got the result in the end. Congratulations to them on winning the Charity Shield. See you guys in about... When's the next stream due? See you guys in about half an hour. Appreciate you all. I'll put the link in the chat. If it'll let me. There we go. I'm in. And that is all. Thanks for watching, Legends. Appreciate you all.